Hello. In it to win it. All by ourselves in the space, by the way. I don't know about this. Jinx is having to take the night off, so it's just. I guess what we'll do is we'll. Scroll. I think everybody's everybody's days are off right now. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, I think I'm playing. I'll go play video. All right. Let's see. Just so we can get some content. I never started a space and nobody. First try. Put this right smack dab in the middle since I'm in a space by myself. Fuck are these people doing? All right. Either way it goes. I guess we'll start with the everywhere, basically. What was I think? Thirds of the United States or something like that. It's ridiculous. I need to prepare yourself for that. Yep. Prepare. Because last time, what, Texas lost all their power, like, stupid reasons, but happened. Right. So yeah, it has moved north a little bit. Oh yay, we've got somebody in here finally. I don't know if like notifications didn't go out or what. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I get on and I see only you as the other person on here. I'm like,
Yeah,
what's going on? Where's everybody else?
Yeah, Jinx is gonna be off tonight, so it's me, and I guess really just me.
How long have you been streaming for?
About 7-8 minutes, something like that.
Oh, okay. So people are still just, fashionably late.
Yes, we normally have at least like 4 of them in there like immediately.
Huh.
Yeah, I was just going over, the storm that's coming through right now, basically.
Yeah, weather has been crazy.
Yeah,
all over.
It's gonna be real crazy. I think this storm's supposed to cover like 2/3 of the U.S.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I moved from the Oregon coast to Florida, and this last week there's been nights where it's actually colder in Florida than it is on the coast of Oregon. It's like, what the hell's going on?
Guess I'm just gonna bring up some let's see. It's the storm keeps moving, like off the track that they said it was gonna be on. Popped up north some, and now, I mean, I'm still getting the ice, but I'm barely at the fucking bottom of it, really. But I'm still getting ice.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Ooh. Let's see. Trying to find something because I don't want to get like. Cause I wanted to play Ryan Holiall, but I don't want to get copywritten, you know?
Yeah, I gotta be careful about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So
everybody's
did
doing
you?
states of emergency ahead of time. I think Texas did it. South Carolina. I think I just.
Oh, well, I mean, that's smart. At least looking forward.
Yeah, they're just trying to. Yeah, South Carolina did an emergency. They're just trying to, because that frees up emergency funding, is what it is. Let's see.
So, what do you think about those Burns Newsom got at the WEF conference?
The what now?
Oh, that was hilarious.
Sorry, I was. What'd you say? I was texting. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just like, it's been all over X today about Newsom getting burned at WEF by Trump and a couple others.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Turned into a total roast.
I definitely didn't see that, but we're about to look it up. This is at the WEF thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. We could play that. Where is it? Um, Guess. Well, this is Scott Bessent. It was Trump that did it.
Yeah, Trump said some words about Newsom, and then somebody else did. Let me try to find one of the posts, and
All right, I got
I'll link.
Bessent.
Governor Newsom, who strikes me as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken, may be the only Californian who knows less about economics than Kamala Harris. He's here this week with his billionaire sugar daddy, Alex Soros, and the Davos is the perfect place for a man who, when everyone else was on lockdown, when he was having people arrested for going to church, he was having $1,000 a night meals at the French Laundry, and I'm sure the California
Are you able to hear that?
people won't forget that. And I can tell my message to Governor Newsom is the Trump administration is coming to California. We are going to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse. And I was told he was asked to give a speech on his signature policies, but he's not speaking because what have his economic policies brought? Outward migration from California. a gigantic budget deficit, the largest homeless population in America, and the poor folks in the Palisades who had their homes burned down. He is here hobnobbing with the global elite while his California citizens are still homeless. Shame on him. He is too smug, too self-absorbed, and too economically illiterate to know anything.
Huh. That was a all right roast. Really want to
Yeah,
hear
apparently his talk was actually canceled too. He was saying that the White House canceled him. They're saying he canceled it, so who knows?
I saw an AI thing of Trump speaking. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
California, we want to have no crime. I know in another month we'll have virtually no crime there. We can do that all over. We're going to help the people in California. We want to have no crime. I know Gavin was here. I used to get along so great with Gavin when I was president. Gavin's a good guy. And we're going to, if he needed president. I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd love to see. We did help them a lot in Los Angeles, a lot with the early in my term when they had some problems. But we would love to do it. I will say this, if I were a Democrat governor or whatever, I would call up Trump. I'd say, come on in, make us look good. Because we're cutting crime down to nothing. And we're taking people out, career criminals, who are only going to do bad things, and we're bringing them back to their countries. But where we've done it, it's been amazing. And we have a capacity to do it at much greater levels. We're cutting illegal aliens off welfare and other government in another month.
Okay. That one wasn't that good. Yeah. I'd like what?
Thousands of miles away, separated by a giant ocean. It's a war that should have never started, and it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did. It's probably breaking news, but it should be. It was a rigged election. Can't have rigged election. Thousands of miles away, separate news, but it should. Strong borders, strong elections, free, fair elections, and a fair media. The media is terrible. It's very
Trump and his long-winded ass shit.
But someday it'll straighten out because it's losing all credibility. Think of it. When I went in a landslide, a giant landslide, won all 7 swing states, won the popular vote, won everything, and they only get negative press. That means that it has no credibility. And if they're going to get credibility, they're going to have to be fair. So you need a fair press. But you also need those other elements. And I inherited a terrible, terrible situation. If you look, the border was open, the inflation was raging, everything was bad with the United States when I came into office. But I also inherited a mess with Ukraine and Russia, something that would have never happened. And I know Putin very well. He and I would discuss Ukraine. It was the apple of his eye, but he wasn't going to do anything. I said, Vladimir, you're not doing it. He would never have done it. It was terrible what happened. I could see it happening, too. After I left, I could see it happening. Biden had given Ukraine and...
Okay, well, that wasn't... Yeah. It's pretty tame for Trump. Everything I've seen so far. Yeah. I fully expected him to like bring him up on stage and start just fucking roasting his ass, you know? I would do.
Yeah, it was the other speaker that pretty much roasted him.
Yeah, yeah. That guy is... Who's that guy? Besant? I just don't know who, like, what he actually... I don't know what the actual job title is. What was that smoke stuff I saw earlier at the WEF? Saw videos of
Yeah,
it.
apparently everybody was rushed out because there was a smell that was making people gag, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know the details on it.
they fart.
Right.
Kind of wish Trump wasn't even there, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, he at least had to make an appearance there.
Yeah. What's up, Truth?
What's up?
Uh,
You hear me?
Yep.
Loud and clear.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just trying to, fill the time, I guess.
Where's Jinx?
Needed the night off.
Okay.
Didn't tell me until 15 minutes prior, so I couldn't get anybody to fucking fill for her.
She okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but yeah, so apparently there's a community note on Sorter's post about them being evacuated with a strange smell causing people to cough. It was evacuated due to smoke from a small nearby fire that was quickly extinguished with no injuries. And it has reopened.
Interesting.
They fucking that's crazy. Evacuated a whole building for a small fire. Sounds like somebody's downplaying something or somebody overreacted.
Seriously.
See what's, on what the fuck why is not guilty trending?
Who's not guilty?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What's not guilty?
I don't know.
Well, as hard as Don Lemon's trying to make it sound like he's not guilty, maybe that's what it is. Or it could be
He's
the
definitely
Clintons.
guilty.
Yeah, for sure.
Yesterday, I doubt that still. Something about a Uvalde trial? Okay. Uvalde school police officer who delayed going in after the shooter effectively endangered and abandoning the children was found not guilty of child endangerment or abandonment. What the fuck? So the guy that held back and didn't actually go do his fucking job was found not guilty. Y'all there?
Okay.
Right? It's crazy. There's a clip on it. I'll just play it.
I can talk to you more about this. Each and every one of you for being here. I'm going to ask you one more time to go with the bailiff to the jury room, and we'll release you from back there. But thank each and every one of you, and would everyone rise for the jury to be excused?
Oh, this is just like that's it. I don't get how he got found not guilty. That literally doesn't make any fucking sense.
Is this the Uvalde guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that surprised me too. I was wondering I wonder what the jury instructions were and what evidence was thrown
Yeah.
out and not thrown out. It'd be an interesting appeals decision because I'm sure it'll go through that process.
Be real interesting to get a nice little open records request.
Yeah, especially if you can get evidence, right, and any motions as it relates to evidence, because it seems like if he was found not guilty, there must be some evidence that was not shown to the jury. I would imagine 77 minutes, I think, is the delay, right?
Yeah, it was quite the delay. I don't know exactly what the delay was, but yeah.
It was 70. It was over an hour. I know it was like closer to 80 minutes. It was in the 70-minute time frame. I know that from the point that they knew that they were shooting until the point they neutralized him, 77 minutes. How is there not a crime there? I don't know, but yeah, that one's scratching my head. Is that what you guys are talking about? Or are you guys doing other stuff?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we're talking about. I just saw it. I was just going through trending topics, and that was one of the top ones for me for some reason.
Interesting. I just saw it because I noticed Sarah's post, and she reported it.
Oh,
and I was like, wait. Well, she posted something about it pretty. I think it just happened, right?
Yeah, like 30 minutes ago. It looks like.
Yep. Yeah, that one's surprising. I didn't even know that case was still going on.
I didn't either, actually. I literally didn't know that case was actually happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. I just don't see how that's justifiable to stay that long. And I remember seeing video surveillance of him standing there while kids are getting shot. It seems to be some duty there, some dereliction of duty.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
For some reason, Jack Smith is trending. Who trending for?
You think it'd be Tim Walz or Ilhan Omar trending, not Jack Smith. It's weird.
No, it's I don't know, something about
much out of his lanes he is. He was abusing his authority. He was using D.C. to do his dirty work and running all of his operations through here to get subpoenas and do the work through Boasberg and through Beryl Howell. And then he magically moves down to South Florida to go down there. Then he gets his entire operation slapped down by a federal judge last summer, but he continues, or in 2024, and then he continues to operate and sign materials as a special prosecutor, even though he was deemed inappropriate. So this guy's been abusing authority, and we need to expose it.
What kind of crime is that if you sign federal papers and you're already pulled from that position?
Well, this is all of the stuff that we need to get into further tomorrow. We need to look into this and understand, and he needs to go on the record about how he was continuing to operate even though he didn't have the power to do it. And this was a rogue prosecutor engaged in political activity. I think that Chairman Jordan will make this very clear at the outset of the hearing tomorrow. And look, he's going to try to hide behind smoke and mirrors to say he was doing, good work. He was trying to, but the fact is this was a political exercise.
Okay, I did not know that. Much shit happens when I read the fucking algo, doesn't it? That's all I've been doing the past couple of days.
Did you guys see that he attempted to bribe the lawyer of a top Trump aide by offering a federal judgeship in exchange for testimony? Somebody must have evidence about that. Matt Gaetz suggested that to Rep. Mark Harrison.
I don't even think that's a suggestion. I'm pretty sure they were saying that like a while back.
Right. Well, I mean, that was probably during his time in Congress still, right? So maybe he was privy to that. But he suggested it, is what it says on the One America News. That's their post. I wasn't aware of that until right now.
Let me see. Jack Smith, what now?
Jack Smith looks like that psycho Kelly that, stormed the church with Don Lemon the other day. That's why he's trending, I believe.
No,
I wonder if it's the same guy.
I mean, these posts are from literally today. I didn't know he was still signing papers even after he got disqualified. Can't do that.
Yeah, I like how Hakeem Jeffries gets on stage and says that ICE shouldn't be running into churches to detain people, and yet they say nothing about Don Lemon and his cohorts.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Did y'all see that fucking thing about the kennel with the dog?
Oh yeah, with the dog, Ice Out. Yeah.
Bruh, I hope that
That's
dog
ridiculous.
tears that person's fucking face off. Just saying.
I hope they get fired, seriously.
They need to, because, I mean, they're probably not actually feeding that dog.
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's
Why
the
would you
potential for
police
abuse is
dog
there for
now?
sure.
I don't know why you would kennel a police dog, though.
Yeah, dogs go off limits.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. Well, they want to start playing that game. Mm-hmm.
Well, you do have to remember, if they did abuse that dog in any way, it's considered the same as abusing a police officer. So
Yes, it is. A federal agent.
They will definitely FAFO.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. But they better not. They better not. They just better not. Iron, what were you saying about Jack Smith?
Just what Matt Gaetz was suggesting on the news, and that
was
I was just leaked.
I know. I'm trying to search it, and I forgot exactly. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to word the search.
I'll find it again and I'll put it in the pill. Here's the feed. Matt Gaetz was saying that one of Trump's aides' lawyers was offered a federal judgeship by Jack Smith.
Damn, he does look like Jack Smith. Fucking crazy leftist dude. I mean, they could be related. I actually kind of want to know if they're related. Like, holy shit.
I found a different article. The original one that I read was from it, but this is the same news. Again, I can post it in the pill. Essentially says the same thing that I was saying.
Man.
You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Sometimes I get lost when I'm in the spot I'm in my house. So
I mean, they could literally be cousins, probably. I mean, they got the same nose, kind of the same eyes. I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually
Is this another Jimmy Carter is JFK?
No, you can tell that's not the same person because Jack Smith has like fucking liver spots and shit. But I mean, they actually do look like related.
Interesting.
Huh. It's down in the purple pill.
Now, Barron Trump is trending. It's weird.
Yeah, he saved some lady who FaceTimed him while she was being attacked or something. That's what I read, but it's not verified. Just what I read.
Huh.
Yeah, I just played the. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what you put in there, I just played that on, like, through my mic. Roy, I guess he said.
Let me see if I can find the Matt Gaetz one, because that one was I wasn't listening. I couldn't listen to it because I was on here, but that's what the post said.
So what was it saying? Is what I'm saying.
It was saying that one of Trump's aides, the lawyer, was offered a federal judgeship in exchange for information to go against Trump.
Hello? You hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you guys hear that?
What?
Sip, did you hear what I said? I think because you asked me what Matt Gaetz was saying about Jack Smith.
Yeah. I searched it up.
Okay. I'm going to try to find that same video that popped up.
Yeah, remember I'm streaming too, so I'm actually just sharing my screen to the stream and trying to keep anybody that's watching, which I think right now is just chaos. Yeah. Like agent of chaos, not actual chaos. Yeah. I'm not seeing, but I have heard that. Like they were basically, I mean, bribe is one way to put it. Blackmail is another way, right? Here we go.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so press him on allegation. Yeah, I'm about to play it. I'm going to put it on fucking 2x speed, or 2x. Maybe 1.5. Gates talks pretty fast.
Its way to you if they take your other. You're going to have a lot of people on the committee ask questions before you, the greats like Congressman Jim Jordan, Chip Roy, and others. And I've been in your position before where you'll have a great question and someone else will ask it. And so I'm going to give you one that is a little more nuanced that might make its way to you if they take your other question. One of the things that really troubled me, Congressman Harris, was the story of Walt Nauta and Stanley Woodward. Walt Nauta is President Trump's constant body man. He's always there, holding the president's briefcase, bringing him the files he needs. And Stanley Woodward was his lawyer. And prosecutors went to Stanley Woodward and basically said if he would flip his client and get Walt Nauta to come and give any negative testimony he could about President Trump, that Stanley Woodward would have an opportunity to be a federal judge. They literally tried to bribe this poor guy's lawyer with a federal judgeship. Now, I would ask Jack Smith what he did to ensure that the member of his team, the prosecutor who was doing this, was held accountable. What was he was vested with all this power as the special counsel. He could have held the person accountable who dangled that judgeship before Stanley Woodward. And when you show that he didn't do anything, it will juxtapose his unseriousness about really troubling conduct with his obsession with President Trump. So maybe you'll find that interesting. Is there anything that you're really eager to ask Jack Smith?
Well, I think you're bringing out a very great point, Matt, and I think the questions that are going to be asked are going to try to make sure that Jack Smith has to deal with his own Trump derangement syndrome, that he has to answer the questions about just the way he went about his business, the very fact that there were many others involved in this that weren't going to be charged. And but you're raising a great question, and I will certainly take that to heart, because you're exactly right. There are a lot of the greats that are going to be asking questions before they get to me.
You're going to have a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I had heard that, but yeah, he was just basically asking him about the allegations, right? I heard that a while back. Oh, they just posted that 9 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think it's because is there some hearing with Smith coming up tomorrow?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go with a question. Anyways, what y'all want to talk about? What's up? What's up? What did he?
Really?
Huh? Well, yeah, who are you talking to, True?
Hell, text.
Huh?
They sent all those crazy ice attacks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was another.
In Greenland.
There was another ramming.
Greenland.
Yeah, the Greenland deal seems like a fucking lot of damn money for, a lot of damn money.
I feel like it's worth it though. You make that back the
Well, I don't see why the citizens got to get $100,000 each.
I thought it was $1 million.
I thought it was $100,000. I'll look it up in just a sec, but I could have sworn it was $100,000. guess judgeship.
Yeah, let's talk about really.
So let's see. I mean, there's plenty to talk about. I could sit here and talk about the fucking. I might do that. Just talk about the algorithm with y'all. I found out a whole bunch of cool shit.
Kush.
You have 2 articles on that now, Sippy, or just that one?
No, it's 2. There's 2.
Yeah, I thought I saw that was an update, so I haven't read that one.
So I did that first one was kind of, I tried to keep it not as technical, but I wanted to explain it to where technical people would know what the fuck I was talking about too. And then a lot of people didn't understand it. So then I wrote the other one.
I understood the first one. I'm not like hugely. I know how to talk to highly technical people and programmers and get what I want and say no. These are the APIs. This is the call you're going to get. This is what you're going to put. I know how to talk like that, and talk database and things like that. So the first article was interesting to me. I think you got to work through that though to do the plain speak one though.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have that.
Yeah, so you understand it, and the best way to do it is to create your own stuff. So that was a good article.
You got to see my notes on that shit. Oh, I don't think anybody. I don't even understand those anymore. I don't think.
Well, you understood them at one point in time.
Yeah, they were just like footnotes, basically.
Right.
None of them make sense. Yeah, so it's. Well, I mean, this is Nick Shirley, but saying it's $100,000 each.
Well, that's definitely cheaper for us, but it sounds like this is
how
going to
the
be a
fuck did Nick Shirley go to fucking Greenland?
I didn't even know he went to Greenland.
Apparently, on the 15th, he released a video of him doing street interviews with Greenlander teenagers.
Huh. That's cool. I'm going to go look that up.
Yeah, 100,000 each for each citizen is what it is. Be about $5 billion. The 700 billion is it also seems like a very steep price, like extremely steep price.
Well, and it seems like the rewards on the other side is going to benefit NATO members because unless I read this wrong, Trump overturned tariffs he had said he was going to start on February 1st, based on his understanding of what happened with the preliminary Greenland framework or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So if it's going to be shared, maybe that's why it went from. I had always heard $1 million up until you just said 100,000. So I mean, that was like the ideas being thrown around, right?
The Elon Musk parody account said, "Should I buy Greenland?"
It could be something like that. I don't know. I think I have 22 now. When I see new follows and it has anything to do with Elon Musk, I just block it.
No, it's a Elon Musk. It's literally labeled a parody account.
Parody,
not Elon Musk. Elon Musk AOC is what it is. But yeah, because Elon's technically worth 724 billion, so he could actually, if he could liquidate all his assets, he could technically buy Greenland for the same price the U.S. is offering. By the way, he cannot do that.
He can't liquidate all of his assets.
No, he can't. Like a lot of his assets, like his stocks and stuff, he can't even sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's tied up. If he did, it would fucking destroy the company. So it's in his contract, like he has to meet certain stuff before he can actually sell a certain amount, and then it's a whole.
Have you guys all watched the long form interviews of him talking about saving both companies and the amount of time he spent working? It's heartbreaking. And for anybody who's worked 100-hour weeks for long periods of time, it's it's interesting. But he literally tears up when he cries about that time because he works so much.
What is she doing? Oh, are we talking about the words? You know, I don't know if the words are still a thing either. Like the immediately suspend your account words.
So you cut out there.
You know? Well, no, I just stopped talking. I was trying to gather my thoughts. But like, so they immediately, you know, cut out like, or lost the word. Like if you said if you typed in a certain word and hit post, you were instantly suspended. I don't know if that's still a thing.
Well, you could find out right now. Just go to your comments section really quick and type in the word tranny and hit post and see what happens. We'll see if the space ends.
Might do it on one of my alt. Okay. Just to see.
That'd be a good thing.
Yeah, a lot of words try. A lot of words.
Hey, Sippy, you're a new listener here. If you and Jinxed ever go on spaces where you're looking at radar and flight patterns, that's the dude who could probably explain them if he sees them on the live stream.
I don't have a new listener. He's a speaker.
Oh, is he? Oh, is
well, he's about to be. I accept. But yeah, I know he's.
Hey, y'all.
I think he's been in the southern space, right?
Yeah.
Am I not following?
A couple times. What's up, that kind warrior? I have to get used to calling you. Do I call you that or kind or?
You can call me anything,
Fido.
pretty much.
Oh, I'll just call you Kyle because that's what I call you in real life. How's that?
It's pretty easy that way.
I think so. Everybody else gonna be like, "Who are you talking to?" But I meant when we start the show.
Kyle's my bitch. What?
People are gonna be like, "Who are you talking about?" And you're gonna call me Tom, and people are gonna be like, "Who are you talking about?" It'll be entertaining.
There you go.
I was thinking about changing my name to Fido.
That probably works.
That was my call sign, so that would work too. Then it's not my real name.
So, we needed you the other night, by the way.
I was probably falling asleep.
Yeah, they were streaming, Kyle, some flight patterns in these airplanes that were kind of going backwards. I don't know. Maybe you can explain it to him, because I don't know what system you guys were using.
I will tell you in just a sec. I'm just going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up.
There you go.
On the stream, by the way. We're also streaming.
You want me to go find the link and put it in the pill for everybody, or do you already have that somewhere?
If you go to my
I went to your website last time.
Yeah, if you go to my website, our website, you ought to be able to.
All right, I'll grab it.
Grab any of those. Yeah.
Are you on both on Rumble and YouTube right now?
Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and on X, actually.
Like everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to be everywhere. Trying to get to that one spot. Where are we at?
You use StreamYard, Sippy?
No, I use Streamlabs.
Is that one better or just more built out?
It's cheaper.
Oh, sure.
Actually, use it.
That's even better.
Yeah, you can actually use it for free as long as you're not like. Basically, the only reason I'm even paying for it was for the multi-streaming. But then, if you use Rumble Studio, you can multi-stream straight through Rumble Studio, and all you need is the free version of Streamlabs. So.
Okay, interesting. I might pick your brain in a couple months here.
Yeah.
As we're going to just start on spaces and get used to that, and then add the other pieces over time. But Kyle, I put the
found
thing
it.
in a purple pill if
Sweet.
if Sippy wants you to look at something. But well, I don't remember what the context was, Sippy, when you guys were talking about that day. It's been.
This was Iran. We were just watching, like, the Iranian airspace was shut down and shit, and this was one of the planes flying through. But it was doing some weird shit.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I was gonna call you, Kyle, but it was super late. I figured you were asleep, so.
Yeah, we were up pretty late on this one. Almost went 3 hours on this stream. Let me know when you got it up, because I'm gonna start playing.
Are you guys talking about the when the planes were doing like belly rolls and backwards and shit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it looked like, yeah. But I'm going to try to get his opinion on it, because he used to be a fighter pilot. So. Right? Fighter? Top duster pilot?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a 20-year F-18 and F-14 pilot in the Navy.
All right, so I don't know if you can really see that good, dude. Can you see that? Worth the damn? Well, I mean, she's going to zoom in, so you'll see it better, but... All right, so this is us just going through and watching all the planes that were doing it, and then I told her to zoom in on this one because it was really freaking weird.
I think I'm dumb. I'm not even sure where to click here or where I got to go here.
What you mean?
To see what you're posting. I'm still really new to X.
No, I'm on the live stream. We're live streaming everywhere. Just pull up a live stream. Well, I don't know if you can and still be in the space if you're going to do it on the same device.
Yeah, that's where I'm having an issue.
Yeah, because it'll just close out the damn space or mute you in the space, basically. Let me see.
Can you post it on your page?
Well, I mean, it's still not going to help because it's going to be a link. I'd have to clip it out. You should be able to be in the space and go to my live stream on X. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that. Pretty sure I've done that before. Trying to. I didn't do the enable camera thing, so. Yep. Because that way I could just share the source and then you could just see it in the space.
It works.
Have you figured out a way to watch it yet? Because I really want to get your input on this. If you just click on my profile, you should see me live. I'm pretty sure I'm live on mine. Check that.
Yep, I see you.
So you should be able to see. Just go to the live stream from there.
I just don't know where to click.
Like, you just click on my picture.
I did join space. Already there. All I see is everyone's pictures.
What the hell?
Guess I'm just dumb about all this stuff.
I am live. No, it's doing the same shit to me. If you scroll, like, here, I'll just share to space. Also put that.
Are you trying to get him on the live stream, Sippy?
Yeah, so he can see.
Hey, Kyle, in the pill that's at the bottom right.
Well, so the problem is if he opens Rumble, it mutes his space, so he can't talk.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm trying to see if it'll let him go. I just put it in the purple pill, by the way. I'm trying to see if it'll let him go to the live stream.
Yeah, I know when I've done that in the past in the space, you kind of have to toggle back and forth. I found that's the easiest thing. Like listen on YouTube for whatever the questions is and what's going on, and then pop back in here and unmute your mic. But sometimes you lose the audio when that happens.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like I put my, because I'm live on X too. It should let you do that. Both of those at the same time, I would think.
It's probably easier to separate them. I usually just use my phone for everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I go to your X profile, it's gonna join me to the space from your picture, right?
Yeah, it's in the purple pill where I'm live streaming.
Oh, okay.
Do X. The X live stream. And I also put it in the jumbo, but if it actually went to the jumbo.
So it's been out of anything interesting happen today, or is it the same shit?
All kinds of shit happened.
Ooh, what kind?
Shit. Well, I mean, you got the winter storm, obviously.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and everything was frozen, so that was interesting.
Technically, you got the Uvalde police officer. That shit's stupid. That just happened not that long ago, where he got found not guilty of child endangerment and abandonment. You know, the one that didn't go in for like an hour and a half. Yeah.
You mean
the dude who just sat there
and let them shoot children? Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, he got found not guilty today, like an hour ago.
I think I got your live stream up now.
Yeah, I'm sure people are not happy about that at all.
Yeah, I mean, that dude should be held accountable for sure. I mean, he just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. He froze.
I wouldn't say he froze. He just didn't want to rush in there and get shot.
Yeah,
right, but that's his job, and that's what you're supposed to do after Columbine. The tactics changed, and now police, there's no waiting. You just go and stop the threat immediately, and he's the only person there with a gun, and they just sat there.
77 minutes it was.
77
minutes from the time that the shooting started till the time that guy was neutralized. I'm sorry, but there's not really much explanation for that.
There's a whole bunch of kids died because that happened.
19 of them.
If you sign an oath to go in there and eliminate the threat, you put yourself in harm's way. Then, I mean, you either killed a dude or you died in the process.
Yep.
So.
All right, you ready?
The jury didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, I know. That's so stupid. I really want to know the jury instructions.
It'd be interesting to see what the jury instructions were and what evidence was not presented to the jury and what evidence was. Like, what was all the evidence and what something had to get suppressed. That's all I can think of. Because I remember when that story came out, there was video of him sitting there and it was all over the news about the timing. So did they not allow that to be part of the jury because it was out there in the news? I don't know. Did the judge say that they couldn't consider that?
Probably. I don't know. Anyways, you said you're watching the stream, right? Do this real quick because I've really been wanting to get your opinion on this. Got it up? You ready? I'm playing.
Kyle, you got that up?
Yeah, I do have it up.
Okay, here we go. Watch it's the little orange dot there. Hopefully she zooms in better than that.
I can zoom in on the big screen. I don't see. There's a plane. What else am I looking?
There you go. She zooms in. You'll see it here in a second. It starts doing some crazy shit. First of all, it's like they were turning on and off their damn transponders the whole damn time. But I don't know what the hell this thing was doing.
I see it. The little orange dot.
Yeah, it's actually an airplane. Like it's like shaped like an airplane. It just looks like a orange dot right now because it's
that's just the symbol that they use. They can pick anything they want for that.
Well, no, I'm saying like it actually the symbol itself is an airplane. It's just she's
right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they can make that literally into anything. You could look like a little alien moving around or whatever little picture you want it to be.
Very slow with the whole zooming in. She's killing me. She was running the stream, and I had my screen up telling her what to do, like telling her which plane to go to and zoom in. And We'll get there.
It looks like more ICE officers were kicked out of hotels in Minneapolis.
Yeah, what is this plane? I can't even hardly read this. It's so small in there.
It's a
commercial.
Yeah, it's a commercial, just like airliner.
Okay.
Not too big, not too small.
Yep.
Oh, what she's doing.
There
she goes. There we go.
All right.
You're about to start seeing this thing do some crazy shit. Look at it. Look at what it's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
it does that a couple more times. I mean, it continuously does this for like a good 15 minutes.
It's still just data jitter, probably.
The jitter.
I mean, I wouldn't really worry about it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, this was at that time that we were kind of watching Iran because we were like, oh, Trump's about to get him. You know?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it could be. I mean, the transponder could just be dropping or some kind of data thing where it thinks it's jumping between two different places or something like that. But I mean, this is probably just based off of a mode 3 and C transponder.
This specific one, it tells you the transponder, but I can't even
data
see
source.
it.
Is it ADSB or something like that, or?
I can't even fucking
I can't see what the data sources are, but usually it tells you what the sources are.
It does. It just, I can't read it because Jinx has to stream in 720 because her internet can't handle the 1080. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's no fun.
Honestly, I don't put a lot of weight into things jittering around or jumping around like that. So,
well, so it's not, it's just staying in one spot.
Yeah.
It also says that you can't really
if it's
see
a
it.
data frozen and it just says, I don't know where it is anymore. And it just takes the last feed. And if it never got a velocity, then it doesn't know which direction to put it. So it just freezes it.
It ain't freezing though. That's what I'm saying. It's going in circles. Anyways. But yeah, it said it was at like 0 knots.
Computer programming is for.
Said it was at 0 knots, 21,000 foot or something. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, it's probably like data dropouts or some kind of weird data stream where it's not getting all the information, and then the computer doesn't know what to do with it. So it gets a 0 for something because it has nothing, and then it just jumps around and does all kinds of weird things when it's intermittent data.
It would have been
That's
so
what
much
my
more
guess
fun
is.
if it was like dogfight. No.
Yeah, I don't think commercial airliners are dogfighting over anywhere. So
well, we were kind of thinking they probably weren't actually a commercial airliner if they were dogfighting.
Wait, can't AI dogfight now?
yeah, I mean, so the other thing is that you're not going to see military planes on those kinds of sites because we're just going to not have the information posted. So we could turn ours off. Like civilian airliners are designed to not be able to turn off some of those systems, but military planes obviously can turn off all that stuff, and then you're never going to see it on any websites or anything else.
Yeah.
Unless they want you to, of course.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, when we're flying across the United States, you turn it on because you want to, but you have the ability to turn all that stuff off so that people can't just use that to, say, track you with a missile or do something dumb like that.
I had Blackhawks flying over my damn house, and I pulled up I think it was FlightAware or something. They weren't squawking. I was like, what the fuck? They were flying like right over the top of the trees and shit. This was like...
Yeah, they could... Yeah, they probably just didn't turn them on. The Army uses them like trucks a lot of times.
Yeah.
I lived in Maryland when I was younger, and I've had that happen quite often because they fly over to Bay, back near Andrews and stuff. They'd fly directly over the house and it'd make all the windows rattle.
Oh, yeah, they do. They fly over my house all the time, but they normally are squawking. These weren't. And it just so happened to be the same day the Verizon outage was. So, you know, my tinfoil hat came on real quick.
Yeah, they're probably looking around to see what the issue was.
Yeah, we used to be dropping bombs out off of Pax River, so we'd be basically almost overhead Andrews at 50,000 feet, and then going supersonic and dropping bombs out in the Chesapeake Bay.
Or fish.
It's pretty interesting.
All the sound goes out over the Eastern Shore, and hardly anybody lives out there.
Yeah, the Eastern Shore's either got sparse big communities where rich people live, or there's nothing.
Yeah, mostly there's nothing. There's like sound sensors all around the bay because every once in a while it bother somebody or something, and the Navy has to pay for somebody's house foundation cracking or something stupid like that.
Did y'all see the O'Keefe thing? This is a segue. Speaking of airplanes dropping stuff, did you see the O'Keefe thing where basically confirmed chemtrails?
I'm not a chemtrail believer, sorry.
No, like he literally, the people at Davos were like, yeah, we fund that. Hang on, I'll let you listen to it.
So we invest in these technologies to assist with the warming climate, and the effect of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere will help block some of the warming, and the particles stay in the air for 1 year. So, and actually we're speaking to some of the airplane manufacturers and to see if they can emit some of our technology into the atmosphere to help with the global warming. That's right. Fantastic. Yeah, climate. I mean, we don't like to use the term climate engineering. It scares people, so we prefer.
Of course, but it's but for me, being an engineer, I think that's actually what you do. It's
yes.
You can have financial engineering, you can have, I'm sure, climate engineering, because it involves something that's more scientific.
Yes, exactly. You're an engineer, you understand. And from Sweden, right? Yeah. So we don't like to call them chemtrails. We don't like to use this.
So what do you call it instead?
Well, we call it aerosol injection. Aerosol. It's kind of like little droplets, and the droplets form in the air, and they stay there for a year. Yeah. It's modeled kind of a mini volcanic eruption, actually.
Yeah. I mean, aviation fuels have some sulfur in them, so it creates some sulfur dioxide emissions naturally, and that does have a cooling effect.
Now, this guy, Kennedy Ritchie, who runs a company called Fluor Air, spoke on stage, and he says on his website that he wants to, quote, decarbonize the aviation industry. He actually told me he was trying to eliminate contrails entirely, but then brought up cloud seating.
A lot of the work actually came out of the military, so they do this all the time.
Have you worked with them at all?
No, because they're a little more flexible about their procedures.
You ever heard of sulfur dioxide?
Yeah.
You've heard of that?
Yeah. It's actually pretty cheap to do it. The ability to put sulfur dioxide there is actually a pretty cheap way to cool down the earth.
Oh, yeah.
So the opportunity for one or two people just to do it is impressive. He went a little further. He's like, it'd be interesting if the government starts doing this over each other's territories on purpose. Like if we start getting weather modification as a government, either good or bad. The closest one I'm aware of is something called Airborne Snow Observatory. They do some more like weather, I don't want to say modification, but more like upper atmosphere weather monitoring is probably a better term.
Yeah. Now, according to the website Airborne, this is what this guy Ritchie brings up, measures snow depth, snow water equivalence, provides highly accurate snowpack data, is a commercial spin-off of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory snow monitoring technology used to help water managers and scientists.
Earlier today in this room, Al Gore was in this room, Larry Fink was in this room, and now we're in the room talking to people about geoengineering, weather modification, and the trails that come behind airplanes and what's going on.
It's like aluminum oxides in my place. Are you kidding me? Say that again? Aluminum oxides. Aluminum oxides are part of the cocktail from that they're spreading over our.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy about this sulfur dioxide is, first of all, they talk about the whole climate change bullshit and everything and how they're trying to reduce emissions and all that. But sulfur dioxide leads to acid rain, health issues, and contributes to greenhouse gas emissions. So it's like, what the fuck are you guys even talking about?
It's probably going to play again, but I just got to click on something real quick. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like everything. I mean, normal jet engine exhaust does not contain very high levels of sulfur dioxide, right? Low sulfur diesel fuel, basically. So jet fuel has very, very low sulfur content, but there is a small amount of sulfur dioxide that's unburned fuel, but it's not a planned thing. And it's certainly not what you see when you look up and you see what people are calling chemtrails, which are actually just contrails, which is just water vapor. Sulfur dioxide would be like a yellowish kind of exhaust coming out of them. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah. So the conversation kept going, but this was somebody that was ripping off O'Keefe's video. So I just brought up his actual video, but we're not going to watch that whole thing because it's like fucking 20.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people come up with all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, most of the time people are just talking about contrails. Just like your car, I mean, it's carbon dioxide and water vapor is if it fully burns, but there's a few little chemicals that are not that when you burn any kind of fossil fuel.
From what I've noticed is that anything that they say is a conspiracy theory usually ends up having some very small, medium amount of truth to it that they don't want you to look into.
Yep.
It's like the U.S. military and stuff saying that there wasn't a base in Greenland when they found one that was forgotten for almost like 66 years under ice.
Yeah, I mean, we used to run reconnaissance flights over Russia out of Greenland, like the northern part of Greenland. Planes would take off during the Cold War and fly before the SR-71 flights were even invented and everything else. Right, you're talking like late 40s, early 50s, that they would fly out of Greenland. I read a really cool book about it. It was talking about how they would take off and they would make ice fog on the runway and they wouldn't be able to land there for a week and then have to land at a different base because their jet engines would cause ice fog on the runway and they couldn't land there.
Interesting.
Guys would have to, it was so cold that guys would have to have one guy with a stopwatch take their gloves off and then they could keep their gloves off for like 2 minutes before they got frostbite on their hands because it was so cold outside that they would keep food and water in all the buildings because people get lost walking from building to building and be stuck there for days. Just crazy stories like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Greenland's pretty cold.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
I mean, they also talked about MiG-17s chasing down their planes and stuff, and their intel guys said they only had MiG-15s. So they're like, hey, the bullet holes in the back of my plane say that they're MiG-17s and they can get up to us.
From the article I read about that base, they had 20 different tunnels and they're supposed to put nuclear reactors and stuff inside of it, but it started melting around like the 60s to 70s, so they abandoned it.
Yeah, but now we're talking about building this golden dome thing. And if you look at the geography, then Greenland is where a lot of things need to be. Alaska, Greenland, if you're going to actually build a missile defense site to have any real chances of intercepting anything coming into the United States from anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Plus, it's a major sea trafficking area. It's where everything like crisscrosses.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, and most of the time, I mean, you're talking about the Arctic Circle. They're talking about trade routes and stuff like that. Obviously, things ice up and things in the northern part there, but around the south, there's a ton.
I don't know about you, but from the small amount of things that I've looked into recently, isn't Greenland basically within our hemisphere? It's in our backyard, just like Canada.
Oh, absolutely. It's in our hemisphere. I mean, it's kind of on the, if you look at the eastern seaboard, just go northeast and it's right there. So that's and it's direct. If you look at the geography like on a globe, you'll see that it's in a direct line from Russia, where Russia has all their nuclear weapons. So that's the shortest path to get from Russia to the United States. So that's the path a nuclear weapon would come into the United States, or a ballistic missile from anywhere. Basically, is mostly going to go over the poles like that. Whether it be China or Russia, they're going to probably either go through Alaska or go through Greenland.
Go ahead, Truth.
But it's more about it's not necessarily the interceptor missiles that you're talking about, though. It's also radar sites and early warning, things like that are on the ground. There's also space-based and other kinds of assets that are going to be out there for tracking this. But this isn't a simple problem when things are moving at Mach 25 plus or whatever. So coming in.
Are we talking about space lasers? No.
I mean, space lasers, sure. I mean, the U.S. has had a policy that we don't weaponize space, and we still do, for the simple reason that a country could go in and deny space to everyone. They could blow up a whole bunch of stuff in space, and then none of us are going to be able to talk across the world at all. And no one has a solution if there's a bunch of little bits of metal spinning around our Earth, and we're just going to destroy everyone's world. So we try not to weaponize space, but everyone thinks that Russia already has put nuclear weapons into space.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily stop them considering all the nuclear tests they've done in the past. Like Siberia, for example. You've heard of all the tests they've done there, haven't you?
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing that we could do to stop them from doing it. I mean, it's just the whole policy that we know, they know. The Chinese launched a missile and destroyed a satellite in space and put a whole bunch of space junk out there. So we shot one of our satellites out of space just to prove, hey, they could deny GPS and all kinds of other systems to all of us. But then, okay, all it's going to do is hurt the entire world militarily and civilian and everything else, all kinds of global telecommunications and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, as far as nuclear tests go, America still outpaces every other country. I mean, we've got over 1,000 nuclear tests. Russia's the second highest with a little over 700.
Yeah, but they're the only ones who are back to sort of doing real testing open air. We're building new nuclear weapons to replace our old bombs, but we're not testing it the same way we used to test nuclear weapons.
Uh-huh.
And Russia's also detonated the largest ever nuclear weapon.
Yeah, the Tsar bomb.
Fusion bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can look it up online. It's pretty crazy how big it was.
Satan 2 or whatever.
They also did some crazy things like build a nuclear-powered airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if it can fly for a really long time, unfortunately, everyone's going to die because you can't put enough shielding around it to make the people that are inside. So all the guys who flew it died. So that's not so cool if you're the person who's flying it.
I'm not sure if you know of Chasing a Dragon, that accident that happened a long time ago. Some dude dropped the core of a nuclear bomb and it went basically super active and hit him with a bunch of radiation that killed him within a week.
Yeah, I didn't know about that one. There's various nuclear weapons. There's one off I think it's the North Carolina coast that we still haven't ever found, of different airplane crashes during the Cold War.
Yeah, the engine got hit by another plane or something, and they had to drop the cargo. They're still looking for it, from what I've heard, anyways.
Yeah, I was at Tailhook a few years ago, and this is back during the Cold War, and old guy's telling me the story how the Air Force gave him a live nuke on accident. They were supposed to give him a training nuke, and they gave him a live. They took it back to their base, and the part of the procedures is to use a Geiger counter on it, and all of a sudden the Geiger counters go crazy, and they're like, if they just give you a live nuclear weapon, maybe you should call those guys and let them know that somebody messed up the paperwork or something and gave you the wrong kind of weapon. Instead of a practice nuke, they give them a real one. So
yeah, that's like a Fallout thing. Just waiting. Oh, honey, let's go out back.
Someone's getting fired basically over stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's like, I accidentally dropped a nuke in the backyard, Marfa. I think I'm going to disappear in the next couple of days.
Yeah, luckily they weren't dropping that nuclear weapon somewhere or something, so they would certainly figure it out when they got there.
Oh, they definitely figured out if they dropped it. Saying, I mean, they would know.
There's still people that are involved in all these systems, and we always want that to be the case. So people make mistakes. So, but I mean, they were people that could have nuclear weapons. It's just things that aren't thought so highly of.
If I remember correctly, they were also making nukes in suitcases, like little ones that you could walk around with, but they discontinued it because it was a very, very bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, we had nuke shells for artillery pieces that would shoot those things, and nukes off of airplanes, and all kinds of various bigger and smaller ones. I mean, that's what a lot of these treaties were about, is that they're not that bad, so someone would just launch one of those things, and then our world is still going to change if we're going to detonate weapons that are that large.
It's basically like assured destruction, because if one person hits the trigger, everyone's going to hit the trigger.
Yeah, exactly, because, I mean, nuclear weapons are still extremely lethal and huge, and we forget that over time because it's been so long since any of us have ever even talked about it, or people forget Hiroshima and Nagasaki and how long ago. That's our grandparents and our grandparents' grandparents for some people. So it's hard to. We have a short memory of how bad things really are.
And it's not even the initial blast that's the worst. It's the time that it takes all that radiation to dissipate. I mean, it can take hundreds, if not thousands of years in some cases.
Yeah, that's true. But the kinds of radiation that we're talking about are really there for the first week, and that fallout kind of dissipates throughout the air. But it is still certainly moving around, and it is still affecting everybody from that weapon, and the kind of fallout that you're talking about. But I
It
mean,
really
certainly
depends.
the full half-lives are going to take a long time, but it's going to also dissipate around. But still, nobody wants to be anywhere close to those things.
Nope.
It depends if it was a overhead explosion or a ground explosion. It makes
Yeah, the ground makes way more fallout. So we used to fly around Vegas all the time, and there's a whole bunch of the nuclear tests were right there north of Vegas, and they had the U.S.'s largest one that it was owned by the Department of Energy, and at one point they were thinking about using a nuclear weapon to excavate land. They basically just created a huge amount of fallout. It did excavate a lot of land, but you can't use it for like 20 years, so it's not really that useful to you. From all the fallout that happens.
I'm gonna break in real quick. Caitlin Bennett was charged with a federal crime for interviewing people.
Really?
Yeah,
she's been getting a lot of citations and bringing a lot of attention to these leftist towns. I've been watching her on my secret YouTube channel, the one that Alphabet doesn't know. It's really me because I'm banned for life from YouTube. But she got ticketed a couple of times now, and once she's already beat it. But she's basically going into what is a public sidewalk, where I guess the cities have sanctioned off these farmers market style things where people come and set up tents and sell
I've
things.
seen that, yeah.
And so they've been telling her that, so the security firm is telling her she's not allowed to be on a public sidewalk interviewing people. And she has insisted that, it's a public space, right? Taxpayer funded space, and that she has every right to free speech and to walk on those areas. And I think she's beat one in court, but I'm surprised they're bringing up on federal charges now. But I know she, in two of the videos, she left on her own accord, and then asked for a citation to be issued, right? Because she wanted to fight it in court, because she wanted to come down and ask people, whatever she wanted to ask them. So they could refuse to answer, and she was being polite to them. But I didn't realize this federal charge thing must be new.
Yeah, she literally just posted it at 7. So.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on my notifications. I have them turned on for here, and I didn't realize I didn't read that it was a federal charge. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the. It's a short clip. Play it.
You probably might go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail.
Possibly.
She's literally asking the police to remove me from public property.
All right, you guys need to move.
Why?
Over here, First Amendment area.
Yeah, this is a First Amendment area.
You don't have a permit here. They do.
Yeah, so what does the permit
it's
do?
time to leave.
I want my rights to be respected. I'm allowed to be on public property.
Here is our First Amendment area, number 5.
Yeah.
For small groups and counter protesters.
Yeah.
You're a small group.
No, I'm not.
And you're a counter protester.
I'm media.
Are you here with this group?
I'm here with media.
You need to move.
They're thanking them for writing me a
Let's
ticket.
go. You're being detained for a ticket. Over here. You're on federal land. I'm a federal officer.
Yes, great.
So you're getting a federal ticket.
Okay, great. I can't wait to fight this. The liberals here in St. Augustine, Florida, are cheering because this guy is trying to kick me off of public property.
No, you get to stand here.
No.
On federal public property.
Public.
Where
You notice you
tell
said public?
to be.
You don't get to tell me which
I
public
do.
property
I'm
I
with
can
the
be
National
at.
Park Service.
Yeah. Tell me
We
how this is
designate
private
First
property.
Amendment area. I'm sorry
This
that
is
you
my
don't know
First
the
Amendment.
rules and regulations.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, this is gonna be good.
Do you have anything with your ID on?
No,
Okay, get your mic out of my face.
I'm allowed to do this. This is my First
You're
Amendment
not allowed
right.
to stick your mic in my face. So step back and get it out of my face.
So here's the thing. I am on public property. He just admitted I was on public property. This is not permitted to turn this space into private property. You guys cannot do this. We have been over this in Florida with 3 different police departments. 3. I love
Content for you.
more. Did you say more content for me?
More
Thank
content.
you.
Disobeying a lawful order is your ticket.
What lawful order was that?
I directed you to go from there
Yeah.
to here.
Yeah. And you think that was lawful?
And you refused my lawful order.
Yeah. So that was lawful, huh?
So this is United States District Court violation notice. It's a $500 forfeiture, $30 processing fee.
Very cool.
Total collateral is $530.
What was the lawful order that you just...
He didn't tell me.
He didn't tell you?
Yeah, that's a good question. There's a local journalist here. Actually, why don't you go ask him? You're a journalist. Go ask him.
I'll go ask.
Go ask him. So you asked what lawful order I disobeyed.
And he couldn't tell me, he said.
What the fuck?
Sounds like he's going on a power trip, honestly.
Oh,
I really
he was
don't
absolutely. You could
like
see it in his face if you were watching it. You could see it in his face. He was all.
I could
pissy.
hear it in his voice. I'm not even watching it.
Yeah, he
but
was like trembling.
I guess, is she on a federal park in St. Augustine or something?
No,
Is that what it
it's
is?
literally the side of the street.
Oh, wow.
That's the thing. Yeah, I grew up in.
Here, I'll put it in the jumbo.
You know, they-
Indianapolis. We ran
Yeah.
into those people quite frequently.
I know if you're on the sidewalk by the White House with certain kinds of cameras, they've been known to tell you needed to move on, that you weren't allowed to do that. They consider it commercial photography, and the federal parks police will come over and tell you to move. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, what about all these other people around here with cameras? So that's interesting. $530, huh?
Uh-huh.
And they try to designate free speech zones just like they do on public college campuses all around.
Yeah, they basically just
especially
put
the
up some.
universities.
They just put up those little barriers or whatever, and said this is a First Amendment zone, and this is for counter protesters zone. And it's
Notice
like,
how
what?
these places are usually always liberal controlled.
Every time.
You probably might go to jail.
I'm gonna go to jail.
Possibly.
Hang
She's
on.
literally.
Sorry, I didn't mean to start playing that again. I'm trying to quote post it.
Is this time she said she was going to go to jail, Sippy? Is that what she just said?
Well, that's what he said at the very beginning. Yeah. Like
She said that, but she ended up just getting a fine.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Normally she'll back down and take a ticket and walk off instead of going to jail. And she'll say afterwards, it's because I have kids now. If I didn't have kids now, I would have gone to jail. You know.
Well, I think she was willing to go to jail for this one because the dude was being a power tripping dude.
Well, and he knows he's violating her rights. You can tell it in his voice.
Oh yeah, and he's absolutely. I hope that $530 ticket was worth his career because he's got to know that's not going to fly.
Yeah, she's gonna drag his ass for the court.
Yeah.
And even if he does get away with it, the people aren't gonna forget what he's done. So his career is done regardless.
You know, the thing that makes me really upset about this whole thing is every single time it's the taxpayers that pay it, right? Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do whatever we want. Oh, we'll have them deal with our lawyers, right? And, you got these town attorneys and city attorneys, right? And then they hire external firms to handle cases that they can't, kind of thing. And it just sticks it to the taxpayer. And then they win the case, right? And then who pays the fine? It's the people in that town or that city or that county ordinance and their property taxes that go back and pay that fine. It's crazy.
When it comes to stuff like this, if I'm being completely honest, Iron, since I was in high school, I studied politics and exactly how all this goes in a process. They don't care. All these rich people who are in high positions care more about saving their own ass and their own interests than what the people that put them in that position care. They're more worried about their bank account going up and keeping the boot on our neck, keeping us from being able to control anything that goes on within government.
Holy shit! She posted this at 7 and got 157,000 views on the bitch already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this that guy's fucked.
Yeah, I
God,
feel
he's
like she'll
fucked.
do a whole lot better here on X if she just puts everything here instead of YouTube. But I've been
pays better.
following her
X
since
doesn't
she
pay
had,
worth a fuck, dude.
30,000 followers or something. But yeah,
X doesn't
I
pay
like
worth a
that
shit though.
thing.
That's the problem.
YouTube is risky now because they've been shutting down conservative accounts since 2016, and they haven't really changed any of their policies.
I literally got banned a couple months ago for posting an AI video that had a parody of Marjorie Taylor Greene in it. It was literally her real profile photo with something she really said as a commentary into my AI video. right, of me doing the news, and they banned me for life. And then I had a secondary account that they said I used their circumvention policies, or based on their circumvention policy, they're retroactively suspending that, which, oh, by the way, had YouTube TV and the NFL ticket and all that stuff prepaid for a year. I still haven't gotten back my money for my NFL ticket.
They're not going to give it back.
No, and nor do I have access to it.
I feel like Caitlin would already know this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
That's why I mentioned YouTube is still owned by a majority of a liberal structure, so they are completely anti-conservative anything. So they're just going to continue doing what they've been doing.
True.
So,
despite the hearing where they said, we're going to restore these accounts, and Alex Jones comes back, and all these other people, now they're just going to shit on someone who's I've had that YouTube channel that they totally banned and removed from me, and I have videos on there from like my kids that I made when they were babies and stuff. I have backup somewhere, but I've got to go find them. But I had this playlist that was like private, and it was family videos, wedding videos, birthday videos, memorials for like people that have passed away in my family. I had years and years worth of videos I did when I was in college, like digital stories, and it's just totally gone. And it's like, nope, you can't have them. It's like, fuck you, Alphabet. You're a piece of shit company. And I shouldn't even be on there watching the videos now, but it's the only place I can consume a couple people that I really like,
Unless you take this evidence to them and stick it to them, they're not going to do anything. They've got it in their head, just like that police officer earlier who was on a power trip, that they are above the normal, regular citizens within this country. And if they want to, they will take away your rights, shit on your profile, delete everything that you have that you find important, and then go put on a mask and say, oh, but we were just doing what our policy says.
Well, I did a whole series of posts here when they did this to me, and I tagged the YouTube monetization people, and they were just as flippant as the customer service manager. Because I even told them, I was like, other people you give strikes. You want me to delete the videos? I'll delete the videos. I just want my channel back, my feed that I curated over years, years and years. So anyway, fuck them. I'm not trying to disrespect your space. They just completely fucking hear me. They don't belong to in America as an American corporation, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're not American corporation. Anyways, I mean they are, but they're not. So apparently, she said the citation she received is not like a traffic ticket. It was issued by a federal agent. We get that. If I pay, it is equal to pleading guilty, and I would have a criminal record. That's the same thing with a traffic ticket, is it not?
Well, traffic tickets are usually an infraction, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still like
a misdemeanor.
Well, yeah, it's like payment is an admission of guilt.
Right.
So, and then she said she's represented by Remnant Law and will be fighting this bogus charge.
There's no way the DA there is going to ever let this keep going, because she has a legitimate case against this officer for charging her and giving her a citation.
But it literally
There's no way this is going to keep going. The DA is going to see this in the morning and see the video and what happened, and
it's not
the fact that she is media, and say, nope, sorry, we're going to drop the charges for you probably.
It's not a DA.
What happens, but
it would be a U.S. attorney, wouldn't it?
Yeah, in this
absolutely.
case,
yeah, it'll be a U.S. Park Service attorney. Yeah, you're correct. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to see what's happening in Britain start coming over to the U.S. We don't arrest people for speaking. That's commies, like Cold War type bullshit. And I'm not really interested in having that happen. Like, if you want to be a police officer that arrests people for praying inside of their heads, go to Europe. I'm sure they'd take you with open arms.
Or go to Miami. The mayor will send somebody to your house to ask you about your Facebook posts, apparently.
Yep, default police are out in force, arresting people for memes and thinking for themselves. What a life to live.
Yeah, I mean, everybody need to fight for your First Amendment rights and maintain them. Otherwise, the government will stomp all over all of them. So and that's the Republicans and the Democrats and all of them, right? They just want their own power.
Well, it's the unit party, like you were saying. It's basically. Have you ever heard the term two sides of the same coin or two sides of the same bird with the same wings? I mean, government is just that in general. It's like they have their own interests, they have their own wants and everything. It's like we pay them all this money and everything, but then when we need them for anything, we're like, oh, we can't vote on them. Oh, we're going to make some excuses and some shit and hoard away all the money that we've taken from you. But when you actually need us, you're going to say, oh, sorry, we're looking the other way. Not our issue.
Mm. All right, so I want to get into our last topic, though. Huh? What?
In reality, there are servants. They're servants of the people, but they'll act like it.
Yeah. Yep. But I do want to get into our last topic because I think everybody's going to be interested in this last topic. Hello, Land. How are you?
Hello.
The last topic's going to be freaking the algo. You ready for the algo talk?
Yeah, it's dog shit.
No.
You spend so much time on this, Sippy. Just educate all of us here.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. So it's not dog shit. I actually tricked it today to do exactly what the hell I wanted it to do, and it did it. So, you just got to know how. I mean, you just got to understand it, basically. So, how many have read the article? Nobody.
Yeah, I read your first article, the technical one, not the new one.
Yeah, the technical one's the one I'm talking about. The technical one's the one that's actually gonna. The other one's kind of, yeah. Technical one's one I'm gonna actually. That's the one I got up on the stream. I'm gonna be going through. All right, so I'm not gonna go through it, but I do want to point out a couple things. If you notice, if y'all want to bring it up, but if you notice. In the step 2, so your followed users post, right? So these are the people you follow and you get their posts. So I was talking about it like from the perspective of who's opening the app, right? Is really what that's how the algorithm looks at it now, which is completely different from how the algorithm looked at it before, by the way. Because before you had all kinds of tags on people's accounts and shit. All that's gone. All of it. There is no account reputation score or tweet cred is what the old algorithm called it. That's non-existent anymore, right? Like it's completely fucking gone. So they can't be tagging, like the engineers can't be tagging your account with some random stuff that just kills your reach. Now, Sovi, I was talking to her earlier, and she actually brought up a good point. She said, what about, like, search ban? I don't know on that one. Because, I mean, the algorithm they released is literally, like, how you show up on people's feeds. But either way it goes, so if you've got a decent follower base, right, basically I actually targeted a couple people. Hey, one of them's in here that I targeted today, and she didn't mess with it. No, that P&W woman down there. So basically, what I did is I went through my normal followers, the people that normally engage with my stuff, right? And I found out stuff that was doing good on their account that they had been talking about. So, with Mother PNW, she had been talking about, Washington fraud and all that stuff. So she probably saw my post. She just probably didn't engage with it. Because I can almost guarantee, because it showed up on everybody else's feed. But, so what I did is I just cherry picked like 5 different followers, or 5 different people I was following, or no, that were following me. That's it. I'm sorry. So I picked them out, And then I found their topic, and now I made sure they weren't the same topic as the other people, right? And then what I did is I made a post about that topic after I did a little bit of research on it, whatever it was. I mean, the Washington fraud, I already did a shit ton of research on that, right? But so anyways, I made posts throughout the day. And then when I started noticing the people that follow me actually being online and engaging stuff, what I did is I reposted all of it same time. So what that did, well, there's a couple extra steps to it, but basically what that did was how the user or the followed accounts get chosen to be put into the algorithm. How they get chosen is literally reverse chronological order. So newest first, and then it goes down, and then it just picks like the top 100, right? That's what it does. So yeah, as long as everybody's kind of active and you're one of the most recent things that that person follows, like as long as your post is one of those most recent things. So like, say somebody gets off at 4:00, post something specific to what they're doing. A post is doing decent with impressions and stuff that they had been talking about, because that means as soon as they see it and interact with it and repost it or whatever they do with it, then all the other people they've been conversing with over the past couple of days on the same subject will also see it. It'll compound like that, right? And it did it perfectly. It did it like amazingly. Not with Mother PNW, because she didn't actually engage with it, but like I basically targeted anybody in Washington, right? It wasn't specifically her. And I got LA Native Patriot on the one that was very specific to Washington. He didn't see any of my other stuff, but he saw the Washington one. So you just got to figure out just find some of your big accounts that follow you, figure out what they've been talking about. And then if they engage with you, sometimes write something that they'll engage with. And as soon as they engage with it, you get all the people that have been engaging with their other posts about that same subject. It's literally like a snowball effect. Yeah. How hard was that to understand, though? Did y'all get that? Did I pick it up?
The way you brought it together at the end was super helpful for, I think, the average person.
Yeah.
It's making sense.
Or the novice, right? The one that doesn't really kind of get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense too, just both on they're wanting to get more users, and the people that have the most followers, they get the biggest reach. And then, like you said, it snowballs when someone bigger posts something, and then it snowballs back to you, and then they get more listeners, and more listeners are what they're looking for.
Yeah, but you got to look at it like your whole goal is to show up on their feed and then hope that they engage with it, right? So that's really what you're going for. And like I said, it worked. I went up as soon as I did the repost, I went up 10,000 impressions in 5 minutes. And I never am able to do that, by the way. So I also tried another trick. Didn't quite work. I might need to do it a little bit. Oh, there was another thing. There's another piece to this puzzle. This is something I suggest everybody does, because it just makes sense. Go to your analytics and look at when your followers are most active, or when you get the most likes, when you get all that. I got all those times, and what I did is I fed him into Grok, and I got him to make me a damn calendar in HTML, and it literally just tells me what times I should post. Oh yeah, it was pretty awesome. I guess I closed it.
Did you post during those times yet and see what happened, or are you still in
yeah, today. No, today was was one of my better days. One of my more busy days for impressions and likes and stuff. So yeah, I did a lot of posting today, but I was specifically targeting, like, I targeted the weather people with the weather stuff, and honestly, that shit's about to hit me, so I kind of want to learn about it anyways, right? But so I did some posts about the weather. I did some posts about Washington fraud. I did some posts about shit. I don't even remember everything I posted about. But like I said, the James O'Keefe thing.
That's a good way to get people to go to your timeline and tell you what you posted about today, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you could do that too, but I posted about other stuff that wasn't in the test, right? But one thing to note is, if you're like going to quote post somebody, you need to put the keywords in your post. Put the keywords in your post. I know it's really annoying, but like when I did the James O'Keefe is doing the Lord's work exposing the elites at Davos World Economic Forum on carbon taxes, weather modification, and chemtrails. But, you know, it keeps going. I did a little bit. And then I did a really shady thing, and I was like, I wonder if that has anything to do with the winter storm that's about to hit the southern U.S. So that literally just targeted anybody that's talking about the WEF thing and the winter storm. By the way, that one got 427 impressions, so it wasn't that great, but I mean, honestly, it's better than I normally get on my.
Honestly, I've messed with the algorithm to see exactly what I can do with Grok. I mean, Grok is useful sometimes.
Yeah, it can be.
It really depends on what you post about. It's like before the elections, I was getting like maybe 1,000 or so impressions back to back every single day, but afterwards things plummeted and went right off the cliff. I'm sure many of you have gone through the same stuff I have, where you barely get anything.
All of that was the old algorithm, though. This is the new and improved. This one just went into effect in December. So.
The newer one's been decent, I guess, but there's a lot of people that are pissed off about it still.
Well, that's why I'm trying to explain it to y'all. Like, this is. I mean, I literally I did a article about preparing for the storm, the winter storm, right? I only reposted it once. It's at 16,000 impressions. But I just did it at like when my followers were active time kind of thing. And then I just reposted it again when they were active again. And anybody that missed the first time, it called them the second time, basically.
What I normally end up doing when it comes to that is that I have people that follow me from Britain and I have people that follow me from the U.S. They go back and forth with politics, like what's going on in Europe and what's going on over here. And like it depends, like you were saying, when they're like active or if they're awake. But if you like figure out where exactly the time windows where they'll actually engage with your content, you're going to get a lot more out of it.
Yes and no with this new one. That's a yes and a no. I mean, yeah, you get to their audience, right? But you're still going to get fed to random people that don't follow you. I actually got quite a few of those today. But yeah.
Well, that's how you pick up new followers too. So
yeah. So another one of my posts, which is, I mean, this is a good topic to talk about anyways, is the algorithm. How about that? Yeah, that's another one of my good posts. But so you've got 3 different categories for your followers, though. Because I would say target your followers, because the other way, it's like way the hell too hard to get in there without, I guess, well, it should be about the same as what they're saying, but to get selected is going to be a little bit harder. Getting selected by, it's basically just a search. But anyways, so there's 3 different types of posts that will get you it gives you an extra chance, right? So you've got a reply post, which also includes repost. So replies or repost. You've got original post, which is just your stuff, right? And then you got a video post. It has to be a certain length of time for the video to be considered a video post. I don't know what that time is because that's one of them things that's configurable, and they didn't release any of the numbers that they have configured, right? So let's see. What I did is I posted basically the same text on a original post, a reply post, and a video post. Well, where'd the video post go? There's the video post. All right, so the video post got 267. The original post got 188, and the fucking quota post go. Oh shit. Yep, the quoted post, but I quoted an article. Articles are crazy right now, but I quoted an article and it got a 1.8 thousand. So the reply post actually did the best because I made the post and I scheduled them to all post at the exact same time. So,
aren't the articles doing good right now because Elon did that $1,000 whatever thing for it?
Articles are killing it right now, man. Like that one I was talking about getting prepared, it's up to 17,000 just since I've been talking.
I mean, I wouldn't have an issue with articles, but you have to pay extra to be able to do anything with them. Like a different blue check.
No, they opened it up to regular premium.
Did they open it up for people finally? Right.
Yeah, they opened it up for regular premium before they even announced the contest.
And where do you post an article? Just from the web, correct?
Yeah, it's got to be from a web browser. They don't have it on the
yeah.
And it's really not that great. But I mean, if you do kind of like long-winded ass posts anyways, just do an article. It's going to get more impressions. Like I said, I didn't even know that one was that high. Crazy.
Yeah, y'all got this down to a science. I don't have any idea. So brand new to all this. I was just kind of like, I don't know, just replying to people's posts and saying hi. But like I said, I've only been doing this for what, like 2 weeks maybe.
Well, so when they open source the algorithm, I deep dove into it because that's kind of, one of my specialties is deep diving into code because that's literally what I do for a living. Well, that's what I do for a living. So, I mean, not that code language, though. I didn't even know that was a coding language. Now I do. And now I know it. But holy shit. I actually had to look it up. I'm like, what programming language is this? Because it wasn't like any of the other ones I'd ever seen. It's called Rust, by the way. But yeah. So that's kind of what I do. And then I broke down the algorithm, what it actually does. And that's kind of what I'm explaining right now is kind of how to play with the algorithm, make it work for you. But the best thing to do is literally when you start seeing, and like the Washington stuff that I targeted, I didn't do that at, 4:00 my time, because that literally wouldn't make any sense because Washington is a different time zone. So I did it like when people would be getting off work, their time, so that kind of thing. But you want to be one of the most recents that when they open their app up and they're trying to load there for you, you want to be one of the most recents for the people that follow you.
Can't you basically choose which times that your posts go out now? Because
you've been able to schedule posts for a while now.
Yeah,
I think that's web browser
you have to use
only
the
too.
web.
Isn't it, Sophia, or can you do it?
Yep, that's just web. Yep.
Gotcha.
I really wish the app would be on parity with the web at some point.
Yeah,
you can't schedule articles either.
App, not PC.
Yeah, you can't schedule articles either, which kind of sucks. Yeah.
Well, I think it's still in its infancy. So, I mean, we'll figure out exactly how things go. I mean, Elon himself even said the algorithm's total shit right now. So everything's a process. So maybe it'll get better, maybe it'll get worse, but we'll find out.
I think the people are saying it's shit because they don't realize how it works. It's completely different than it was before. Because, like, if you show up in the same bucket for the same user more than once, it actually penalizes you for that. Basically, it's all these people that are spam blasting everything. They're about to have a rude awakening.
I mean, in general, shouldn't you, like, be smart with what you post? Because if I remember correctly, if you just, like, willy-nilly throw shit out there, the algorithms will, like, oh, this person's not posting anything useful, so we're just going to ignore this one.
Yeah, kinda. So basically it does dwell time. Like, how long does the user sit there and look at your post, basically? You're just going to hope that somebody's on your post and sits it down and takes a dump, pretty much. Right? Because it's dwell time, so it's, okay, they interacted, but how long did they stay there? You know, that's really, the how long did they stay there is what kind of gives it a little extra boost up. Now, I'm not really sure how it
quality
gives it a
over
boost up.
quantity kind of argument, basically.
Yes, it's
So,
completely quality
if you
over
post
quantity.
just a million posts out there every single day, then yeah, you can make more people see it. But at some point, it starts penalizing you. So then your posts you'll have to post even more and more and more, and then eventually they will be useless unless you're posting something that's quality. I mean, one good post probably sounds like it's better than 10 not posts that people don't really interact with.
Yeah. According to the algorithm, yes, that is exactly what it's designed to do. Now, I don't agree with how they do it right now, but yeah, I put that critique in the
I
bottom.
mean, how well it works can be debatable for sure, but I mean, that's sort of the intent, right?
Well, so what it does, yeah, that's the intent. That is the intent. But what it does that I don't agree with is it gathers, your top most recent 100 most recent follower posts or following posts, right? And then it goes out and gets like fucking 100, the top 100, like the non-follower, now people you ain't following, right? So give you a new people and other people, and then it throws them all in a bucket, and then it starts filtering them out. So, like, if there's a user in there that you've blocked, oh, that post is gone. If there's posts in there with your keywords, oh, those are gone. So say it's 200. By the time it actually makes it to the actual algorithm, after all the filtering, you're getting like, I don't know, 50? There's like 150 people that could have been in there if they would have just filtered before they, put all the people in the bucket and then threw them through the algorithm. So
I think that's process, though. I think major issue with the algorithm currently is that there's all these spam accounts that are blocking people.
Nope,
and
doesn't
I don't
matter anymore.
Spam accounts should be able to block anyone or report anyone. They don't prove they're human. They have no real control, or they shouldn't at least.
Yep, doesn't matter anymore. They can do that all day long. They're just giving you impressions.
No, that's good. I mean, one thing that I really want Elon to do would bring back the block function as it originally was. Because I don't want to have some like homicidal, crazy liberal stalking my posts. I want them to be completely like cut off.
Yep. But that's what I was saying earlier was the tweet cred is no longer a thing, which was your account reputation score, which was what was getting dinged by them reporting and blocking and all that. That doesn't exist anymore. Yeah,
I'd
that's
be going
completely gone.
through my stuff, and I'd be like blocked by random people. I'm like, I don't even know who you are, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I actually noticed it when I was going through my home feed, and I was seeing people that I was like, I thought they were gone. Like, what the fuck? Like, I purposely didn't engage with their shit because I don't want to see it, like Stu Peters and shit, because I don't want to see them. But like those kinds of accounts are starting to pop up on my feed again. So I'm just having to mute them, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I only block accounts when they are basically lying hand over fist and they know they're lying, but they're never going to like face accountability for it. And I honestly don't even want to give them impressions. So if it's like the Kronsteins, for example, they're going to forever be blocked.
They're blocked from me too. Yeah, I blocked them. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like this is better in a lot of ways.
Too.
It can be better. It can be worse too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are the ways it can be worse? That's the question.
That is in my newest article, but we can go to that one.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Getting
I
rid of
wouldn't poke the
reputations
bear,
for
these worsies.
What now? Two people are talking at the same time.
Oh, I wouldn't poke the bear. It can be worse, but we don't need to see it worse.
Oh, I'm not trying to ask for it to be worse. I'm just saying that it sounds like it's better. Like the reputation score seems like it allowed bad actors to block accounts that they disagreed with, a la someone from another country that has a lot of people. We'll say they live in Ina, starts with Ch, or Russia starts with and they just decide they have a whole bunch of people and they'll just start blocking interacting with these people and just block. And next thing you know, they can get rid of things that they disagree with or someone that's speaking out against them.
I agree with what you're saying. The whole reason why I block people, honestly, personally, is if they attack me off like the jump. Because you can't have a conversation with a liberal. So think about it this way. Basically, you're talking to an adult child who refuses to acknowledge that you have a reason for what you believe in. And then they're going to label you a Nazi or something so they feel better when they attack you. Most types of people, I just block off the jump. I'm like, I'm not even going to waste my time arguing with you.
You know, I heard the best way to stop this actually.
Green.
So I had somebody that, so we talked about like, okay, so what are the facts of what we're talking about? And when the person can't even agree on the facts, then at that point you go, if we can't agree that these things are facts and these things are not facts, then we can't even have a discussion about something if we can't agree what actually happened before we have an opinion about them, like what things happened and what things didn't. And that sort of shut people down, or they just didn't want to hear it. And then you probably should block them and get out of the conversation completely.
Exactly. Most of the time, those types of people will just start cursing you out, shooting memes at you, calling you a pedophile and stuff. I've come across people like that, and they'd like go every post and like try to smear me for it. And I'm like, you realize that I have the internet at my fingertips and I can and will prove you wrong. And then I will block you and you can't respond to the comment and me showing you up and making you look like a clown. I mean, it works for me because it's engagement. It looks bad for you because you're looking like an idiot and you have no idea what you're talking about.
It's usually pretty easy to see through when when you've listened to it. So it doesn't take people very long.
It doesn't take people very long,
Yeah, that's true. I tend to avoid engaging with people that are irrational. So that's just me. Maybe I could get better engagement if I did it, but I just don't have the emotional wherewithal to deal with nonsense.
Don't engage with them. That's not going to help you any. Don't engage with them.
And with the way the new algorithm works, now that I know how it works, I sure as F don't want that showing up in my feed.
Oh yeah, it's going to show up in your feed the second because basically what it does is it takes like the history, doesn't tell you how long back it is. I use 2 days as an example, but it takes like the history of your last 2 days, let's say, and it uses that in order to go out and get the people you're not following list. So that's what it's doing, and then they get thrown into your algorithm with your follower, like the people you are following list, and then all that gets thrown through the algorithm. But both of them have an age filter, by the way, so watch out. It will like a post that is deemed too old, and that number's not available either, but a post that is deemed too old will just automatically get thrown out.
Right. Yeah, I read that part. So yeah, starve the grift really means save your own timeline.
Yeah, now it does. But now before in the other algorithm, it was completely like opposite, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Aaron, I thought you were starting to sound like Judge Schmales from Caddyshack there for a second. You're like, I don't stand for baloney. Yeah.
Baloney. How long are you running tonight, Sip? Southern
Actually
just
about to
started
close
at
it
11
out.
tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm actually about to close out. I was about to
Are
say
you?
that. Yeah.
You gonna hop over there? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop over there.
Yeah, I got help to do. I get to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go over there for a little bit. I got quite a bit going on tomorrow, but I'll go over there for a little bit. So I'll see you guys over there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll swing over in a second.
Laters. Everybody appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate y'all dealing.
Yeah.
Where are we
Thanks
going?
for having us, Sippy. These are fun.
Yeah,
man.
thanks for letting me chat.
You should do this more often, man.
Well, I mean, we
Where are
do
we
that
going?
twice a week.
Everybody's going to Southerns.
Yeah, we're just going to FFA families.
Okay. Yep.
Eh. See y'all over there.
All right, guys.
Laters.
We'll see you on the flip side.
All right. Have a good night, you guys.
See you. Good night. You too.
Deuces.